Fire your entire team by Monday, or I'll do it for you. That's what she said. Calm, firm, like she was doing me a favor. My wife, the new manager. I remember the way she stood in my office doorway, corporate badge still fresh around her neck, perfume still lingering from the morning's promotion celebration. I looked up from the reports and nodded, quietly. She mistook my silence for submission. What she didn't know, they weren't just my team, they were my company. We built it together, or so I thought. 3 years of sweat, sleepless nights, and shared ambition. I handled the logistics, the hiring, the system architecture, the skeleton. She handled the people, the charm, the polish. We were partners until the ring on her finger became a key, and she started unlocking doors I never gave her permission to open. She called it progress. I called it infiltration. It started small, shifting meetings without telling me, adjusting budgets, then whispering to the board that maybe I'd lost my edge. I didn't realize it at first. I was too loyal, too in love. Then I saw the new contracts. Her signature beside my company's name, a merger deal that handed control to her department, cutting mine by 60. She sold me out before I even knew I was for sale. I remember the night I found out. Friday, 11:47 p.m. Her laptop was still open in the living room, a habit I'd once found endearing. A folder titled Restructure Plan. Inside, names. Mine, my entire team, all tagged for termination. Under Proposed Outcome, phase out his influence completely by Q4, secure board loyalty through incentive distribution. It was her handwriting, calculated, cold. The same hand that used to crease my jaw when she said she loved me. That night, I didn't get angry. I got quiet, because anger burns fast. But revenge needs patience. Over the next week I watched, listened. She thought she'd won the board, but they were mine long before she ever knew their birthdays. I hired half of them. The others owed me favors. Years of strategic silence were about to pay off. While she was busy rebranding leadership, I was moving money. Quietly transferring shares, restructuring ownership rights through my holding firm, the one she never knew existed because I'd registered it under a trust before we married. By the time she sent that ultimatum, half the company was under my silent control. Monday came. She waltzed into the office early, her power heels clicking like gunfire on marble floors. She loved performance, drama, control. The team waited nervously outside the boardroom, clutching folders, pretending not to whisper. I walked in right after her. Calm, no expression. The kind of silence that makes predators nervous. She stood at the head of the table. "I think it's time we bring this company into a new era," she began. "Some people can't adapt, and it's our duty to—" The door opened. The board entered. All 12. One by one, they took their seats, but not beside her. They sat beside me. Confusion flickered across her face like static. "Gentlemen," she asked, forcing a smile, "what's going on?" I leaned back, folded my hands. "Proceed," I said. The chairman slid a document across the table. "Effective immediately, managerial control is being reassigned." Her smile cracked. I don't understand. I did. I understood perfectly. I'd filed the motion 3 days ago, citing conflict of interest, breach of confidentiality, and manipulation of company assets for personal gain. The evidence was impeccable, all sourced from her own emails, her own restructure plan. Every signature, every timestamp, all authenticated. The room fell silent as she read the report. Her hands trembled. Her face went pale. "This is a mistake," she whispered. I met her eyes. "No, it's correction." She tried to fight. She called it unfair, accused me of betrayal. I almost laughed. Betrayal? She weaponized my trust, used our marriage as leverage, and thought she could erase me from my own creation. But she forgot one thing. I built this company brick by brick. I knew every weak wall, every hidden wire, every legal thread holding it together. I didn't need to raise my voice. I didn't need to humiliate her. I just let the documents speak. When she tried to appeal to the board, she found their eyes already turned away. When she tried to call HR, she realized her access was gone. By the time security arrived to escort her out, her badge was already deactivated. She looked back at me once. Disbelief, anger, heartbreak all tangled together. "Was this your plan all along?" she asked. I stood, buttoned my jacket. "No," I said quietly. "You started this. I just finished it." She left that morning without saying another word. The office went silent. Then the team, my team, turned toward me, waiting. I told them to get back to work, and they did. But that night, when the building emptied, I stayed behind, sat in the dark corner office she'd decorated for herself. Her perfume still lingered. Her coffee cup was still half full. I picked it up, looked out over the city lights, and finally allowed myself to breathe. I didn't enjoy destroying her. That's the part no one understands. Revenge isn't pleasure. It's equilibrium. It's restoring what someone thought they could take without consequence. By Wednesday, her resignation was official. By Friday, the board reinstated me as sole executive. And by Monday, 1 week after her ultimatum, I walked into that same office, sat in that same chair, and opened an email. It was from her. Just 2 words. "You win." I didn't reply. Because it wasn't about winning. It was about remembering that silence can be sharper than any blade, and patience, when used correctly, can make even love a weapon. They say power changes people. Maybe they're right. But betrayal? Betrayal reveals them. And when she told me to fire my team, she never realized they weren't just my team. They were my empire. And she just handed me the perfect reason to remind everyone who built it.